All right, so have you seen this? This online business thing. It's everywhere I turn lately.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty familiar territory. What do we got this time? Another easy money scheme.
That's the gist, yeah. This one's all about building a learning community, whatever that really means.
Okay, okay. And of course, they're promising the moon, right?
Oh, absolutely. Vegas trips, top of the leaderboards, you name it, all while barely lifting a finger.
Right, right. The effortless success stream. We see it all the time, tapping into that entrepreneurial spirit, but not exactly being upfront about the work involved.
Exactly. And that's why we're diving into this whole learning community thing today. Is it a legitimate business opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
Or just another shiny object designed to distract us from, well, actual work?
It's a great question. And the message itself is a perfect example of why it's so important to be, let's say, critically minded about these sorts of things.
Absolutely. So, for anyone who hasn't seen this yet, the basic premise is that you can create and sell online courses or memberships and get this, rake in passive income.
Ah, yes, passive income,
Yeah.
the holy grail of the online world. But as we know, very few things in life are truly passive, especially when it comes to building a business.
Exactly. And the way this message is crafted, it really plays into that desire for a shortcut. No startup costs, no inventory, no employees. It almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Yeah.
And that's often a red flag right there. Because remember, even if there are no upfront costs in the traditional sense, you're still investing your time and energy, which are incredibly valuable.
That's such a good point. And speaking of red flags, did you notice how vague they are about the actual process? Like, they talk about making money, but they never actually explain how their platform works or what you'd be doing.
Yeah, that's a classic tactic.
Huh.
They want to hook you with the dream first without getting bogged down in the details. Because let's be honest, building a successful online community, regardless of the platform, takes effort. It takes creating high-quality content, engaging with your audience, maybe even dealing with some difficult personalities in the comment section. It's not always glamorous.
Not glamorous at all. And you know what else struck me? How they try to address common concerns about selling, building an audience, even having expertise in a particular area. But it all feels very surface level, you know?
Absolutely. They offer these blanket reassurances without any concrete evidence. Like they say, don't worry, we'll help you find customers, but they don't explain how. Do they have a built-in audience? Do they offer marketing support? It's all very unclear.
Right. It's like, just trust us. It's easy. But they're not really giving you any reason to.
Exactly. And that's where critical thinking comes in. Don't just take their word for it. Look for specifics. Ask yourself, what are they not telling you? Where's the proof?
Exactly. And speaking of things they're not being upfront about, did you catch that 14-day free trial?
Oh, yeah, that's another classic tactic.
Yeah.
Create a sense of urgency, a fear of missing out. It's a way to nudge you towards a decision before you've really had time to think it through.
And let's be real, 14 days is not a lot of time to build a thriving online community, let alone a profitable business.
Exactly. It takes time to find your audience, build trust, and create something truly valuable. And that's what often gets lost in these quick fix schemes.
So for someone listening who's genuinely intrigued by the idea of creating a learning community, what would you recommend they do? How should they approach this opportunity or any opportunity like it with a critical yet open mind?
Well, first I'd say, don't be afraid to be skeptical. Question everything. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right. Always a good rule of thumb.
Absolutely. Then, look beyond the marketing hype. Don't be swayed by vague promises or testimonials that could be fabricated. Focus on the platform's features, functionality, and how it aligns with your specific goals and values.
So it's about looking at the nuts and bolts, not just the shiny exterior.
Exactly. And then, once you've done that initial assessment, take it a step further. Research the company. Look for independent reviews. Look for evidence of their claims. Talk to people who have actually used the platform.
And don't be afraid to walk away if something doesn't feel right.
Absolutely. Your time and energy are precious. Invest them wisely. Building a successful business, whether it's a learning community or something else entirely, requires effort, strategy, and a realistic understanding of the work involved.
This message really highlights that while the dream of effortless success is tempting, the reality is much different.
Exactly. There's no magic button. But there's a lot to be said for hard work, dedication, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So the next time you see a shiny object promising you the world, remember this conversation. Ask the tough questions. Do your research. And trust your gut.
It's about approaching these opportunities with both curiosity and a healthy dose of caution.